I'm Kelsey, and I'm here, well, a little bit outside of my treehouse. I'm still here in Riverbend's Park, but as you might see, I have my friend Ranger Lizzy here today, and you're gonna show us a few different things today, right? Something really cool.
I sure am. Thanks for coming out here. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to talk a little bit about maple syrup.
Ooh, super yummy.
Yes. Raise your hand if you've ever had maple syrup on your pancake. Me too. It's so delicious. But did you know that maple syrup actually comes from a tree? That's right. Maple syrup comes from maple sap, which sap is what's inside a maple tree. Maple trees are very common in Michigan, and we have quite a few different types of maple trees, with sugar maples being the best for making maple syrup. But you can make maple syrup from any maple tree.
So cool. And you said something about sap is in here?
That's right.
What's that?
Sap is it's like a sugar water.
Ooh,
I know.
okay.
Did you know that trees eat sugar? I know.
Just like us.
Yeah, just like us. And trees have to make their own sugar.
Whoa.
It's very cool because trees can make their own food. During the summer, when their leaves are big and green, those green leaves are gathering sun and water and air, and it's using something called photosynthesis to make sugar. And that sugar moves through almost like veins in the tree, just like we have blood that moves through veins. The sap moves through the tree down to the roots during the winter time when the tree is resting right now. The sugar is down in the roots, and then when it gets warmer and the tree needs to grow new leaves, that sap is going to go up. And so when we want to collect maple sap, we need to wait for the time of year when it's cold at night and warm during the day.
Today, we're going to be taking some of that sap out of the tree, right?
You're right. Yep.
What is that called when we do that?
It's called tapping. And so we're going to tap this tree. And we always make sure we do it in a way that doesn't hurt the tree. We're just going to take a little bit of its sap and make sure that we leave enough for the tree to continue growing big and strong. So we found a tree. This is a maple tree. You can tell by the way its bark has unique bark.
So the outside of it is like the bark, like the skin of the tree,
Yeah.
kind of?
Yeah, the bark is its protective shell almost. It keeps the inside of the tree safe. And so we need to get into the tree though, past the protective bark layer. So I found this tree. I know it's a maple tree because also when it has leaves, those leaves have 5 points on them. I actually have a little diagram here. This is a maple leaf, and you can remember it because the word maple has 5 letters in it.
Oh, that's so cool. So for each of the points, you can spell maple. So that's how you can check if it has 5 or 4 if you're narrowing it down.
That's right. And so during the warmer weather, we can better identify our maple trees. Then we remember when it's wintertime because there's no leaves right now. It's a lot harder to tell. So that's a great way to do it. So I know this is a maple tree, and I know this tree is larger than 10 inches in diameter.
Okay.
You don't want to take the sap from a little baby tree that's still growing.
Because it would need it just like us. When we're younger, we need to make sure we're eating our fruits, vegetables, doing everything our parents tell us to do that maybe we don't want to eat so we can grow big and strong, so that we're ready to do all those cool things we want to do that we have to wait until we're a little older. So the tree, same thing?
Same thing. We want to wait till the tree is a little older and stronger.
Okay.
And so it's 10 inches or more. And so here is what we're going to put in the tree after we drill. This is called a spile. This one's made out of aluminum. Sometimes they can make them out of plastic. And really, it just has a hole on one end. It goes into the tree, and then the sap runs down. I actually have some sap coming out right now.
That's pretty cool. So it'll just pour out of there, kind of like a hose?
Just like a hose.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited. And it goes into the tree?
That's right. So I'm going to take this drill.
I'm
going to drill into the tree and then back out of the tree. And so then I put that spile in there with this hook on the bottom, and I very gently tap it in there so it's nice and tight.
And I'm excited because I think I know what that hook is for.
I think you do. So that's nice and tight. It's not going to come on out. Now I have this bucket. Yeah, because we need the sap to go in something.
Yeah, so we can't stand here all day like this,
No, we can't. We'd get cold.
Yeah, we get very cold.
Yeah. So we can put the bucket like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's nice and easy. And then sometimes when it's running, sap will run a lot.
Yeah.
And you'll have to empty these buckets and collect them every day.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then we want to make sure that leaves and sticks and stuff don't fall in there. So we even have like a little lid that can go on there.
How long would you say it takes one of these to fill up? Does it just depend on the tree?
Definitely depends on the tree, depends on the weather. I picked this side of the tree because the sun hits it, it gets it nice and warm. And so this is going to fill up. Maple sap only has about 4% sugar. 1 to 4%, depending on the type of tree. And so we like our maple syrup a lot more sugary than that.
Yeah.
And so 1 to 4% is sugar and the rest is water. So we have to get rid of the water.
How do you do that?
It's actually so easy. We just boil it.
Oh, so you just cook it so it starts to bubble, right?
Yeah. Just like when you cook water on a stove and you see the steam and the bubbles come up. Yeah, it's just like that.
So once it gets really hot, all of like the liquid, all the water is gonna start to steam out and disappear, right? And then we're only left with the sugar?
Yeah, and then it leaves behind that sugar. And you could even keep boiling maple syrup until it becomes maple sugar.
Oh,
yeah.
Kind of like you could sprinkle it?
Definitely, yeah.
That sounds really yummy.
It is really delicious. And it takes a really long time though. So boiling sap to get all that water out can take hours or even days.
Whoa.
Yeah. And because here's an example. Let's say this is a 1 gallon jug. Let's say this was all maple sap. It would take 42 jugs like this to make 1 jug of maple syrup.
Wait a second. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
You have to tap a lot of trees in order just to get one of these of just syrup.
Yes, that's right.
Holy cow, I would have never guessed. I wouldn't think it would be that many. And that's a long process. That's a lot of water you have to get rid of.
It's a lot of water. It can take days of boiling. But people have been doing this for a very long time.
Yes.
You know, the Native Americans were the first to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank goodness, because they got to discover something pretty yummy. And if it wasn't for the people who went through the process of realizing you got to get into the tree, drain it all, somehow cook it, and now we have lovely things to put on our pancakes and waffles.
Absolutely.
Yes. Someone had to do it first.
Someone did, and so grateful.
Yes, and I'm grateful that you got to show us how to do it ourselves. So thank you, Lizzy.
Well, of course, thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you maybe during Maple Syrup Fest.
Yes, I was going to ask, is there any way that our friends can learn how to make some maple syrup?
They can join us for Maple Syrup Fest happening on Sunday, March 16th. We're going to be doing demonstrations. We're going to be doing guided hikes. Kids will be able to taste maple syrup. And of course, we'll have pancakes to eat as well. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I love it. Well, thank you, Lizzy. And thank you guys for learning how to make some maple syrup with us and, well, tapping a tree.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.